Today, let me show you how to connect the SQL Server to the mobile application, but without using any kind of web services. For example, mostly the preferable way of connecting the mobile application to the SQL Server and retrieving the data or making some of the database operations is using the web services. It's the mostly preferable way. But sometimes it is for the small and simple applications or some simple solutions, we need to directly connect to the SQL Server using the data protocol by the Wi-Fi or something like that. So today I'm going to show you how to. It is very simple to connect the mobile, any Android or iOS application directly to the SQL Server without using any kind of web service, Apache or Internet Information Server or anything else, directly to the SQL Server. So let's start. In order to make it, let's firstly create the application itself. So the application we can create is, let me show you the mobile application, and I am switching it to here, and let me say that SQL Server com, for example, this. I'm going to make the blank application. Now it is on the way. So while it is creating the application, we can drink the coffee. So the application is being created. Actually, it is very fast and simple. So first thing which I'm always doing is, on the Solution Explorer, I am creating the solution folder, and I am naming it as a platforms. So all the platform projects like the Android project or iOS project, I am just dragging and dropping to that platform folder. Now after that, let me first of all of the clear and check all the NuGet packages which is installed. Sometimes you see some NuGet packages needs to be updated. So I think that the Xamarin now it's saying me you can update. Yeah, the Xamarin Forms from 4.3 it was updated to 4.4. So let's install this update and keep our application updated to the latest Xamarin Forms. Now I think it is ready. So let me check that everything is running. I am debugging it on my phone. So if you like to see how how mobile application it looks like and is it runs on the phone, I will use this Visor application which shows the mobile phone. Now let's check it. You see it is installing. Now it started to deploy. It started to deploy. Always the deploying takes some time. But where is it? It is not connected. Connecting. Why? It doesn't show anything. Why? Okay, anyway, sometimes makes such a kind of problem. So it is installed and it is working now. So there is no problem. Let me stop the application. I have stopped the application, and the first thing which I need to install from the NuGet package, my favorite, and I'm always using this package, it is a ReactiveUI. So I'm going to show you how to integrate the ReactiveUI frameworks to the mobile applications too. So if you check, I'm just installing the ReactiveUI, Xamarin Forms. So there is a many types of frameworks, so you need to just install the package ReactiveUI Xamarin Forms. So after installing it, there must be ReactiveUI events, but Xamarin Form events. Yes, install this one too. Maybe we will use the events one or not, it doesn't matter, but I'm always installing it. Why? Because maybe we will need it and we will start to use it. After, now the ReactiveUI is installed, so let me integrate the ReactiveUI to the application. How I'm going to integrate it? So, I am going to Views, create a folder, name Views. So, delete the main content page, and inside the view folder create new content page, and that content page I'm again naming it as a main page. So main page is created inside the view. Now open the app XAML. It will give the error where it will say that I can't find the main page, so I'm showing that my main page is in the views folder. It is okay now. Now, after that, go to the main page, and now here, add the namespace for the ReactiveUI. So I'm naming it ReactiveUI and Reactive Xamarin Forms. This one is very important. So this one I added. So next thing which I need to add to here is my view model. So I am creating a new folder and I'm going to name it as a view models, and create them. Firstly, create the base view model. Now it is created. So I have a code snippet which is already ready for the base view model. Here is the base view model, and just delete this one. I'm repeating the same thing. That's why I created the code snippet, in order to make life a little bit easier. So then create our main view model. So here is our main view model, and I'm saying that it is a public and taking the inheritance from the base view model. So here inside the created main view model is added. So take the main view model, go to this one, go to our main page XAML, and create next namespace and call it as a view model, and view model main, no, it should be SQL view models here. I added this one. Now I am ready to add the Reactive content page. Delete this content page, take it back. Let's a little bit beautify our code. Reactive content page is ready. So go to the source file and make it reactive content page and send to the reactive main view model. So it is ready now. Now let's add the namespaces for them, and this one is a Reactive Forms. It should be ready, yes. And now we can create, you see, we can use the dependency injections here too in order to create or to resolve our main view model. But for the simplicity, I'm not going to I'm not going to use the dependency injection frameworks. Mostly I am using the Autofact for the dependency injection, but for the simplicity, let's keep it simple. So just create it by hand, main view model. Here I have created it. Now the main view model is ready. So as you see, I have integrated. Now the last thing, which is in a X namespace, must be a type argument, and type argument is I am saying that it must be main view model. So our main page is integrated. Our main page is now integrated to the main page. We have integrated the reactive page. ReactiveUI is integrated and it is fully compatible and it is working. Let's build the solution. It shouldn't give any kind of errors or the compile time errors. It should perfectly compile. Why? Because I haven't done yet nothing. I have just integrated the ReactiveUI inside the project. Let's check it. Yes. It is compiling. Build all succeeded, so there is no problem. So second most important thing which we need to do in this project in order to connect to the SQL Server directly, we need to add 2 more packages for our project, and that packages we call it SQL Server. It's a driver SQL Server client. That's one. Add it to the project. Accept it. Yes, it is added. Now you need to add the entity framework for the SQL Server. There is a lot of different types of packages for the SQL Server entity framework core. You see, you need to just add the SQL Server and it's completely enough to make it work. This one, Microsoft Entity Framework Core for SQL Server. Now it is ready. Install it. Let's wait. It is taking a little bit time, but we can keep it clear. Yes, we have integrated the entity framework. You see, entity framework is a ORM packages or the object relationship mapper for the database. There is many different types of frameworks for the ORM frameworks. For example, my most favorite ones is a Dapper one. Dapper is also very perfect but very simple, especially for the querying in the Dapper is very simple and very fast. But mostly try to use the entity framework one because it has many different types of functions inside. So the capability of the entity framework is very huge. So, okay, now we have added it. So now the application added what we need. Let's create a new folder, and I'm saying that it is the data. Inside the data, create the class dbcon. It's a connection class, which I'm going to use it public. Actually, I should have the code snippet for the DB connection. Entity framework DB connection. Wait a minute. Yes, SQL Server. Okay, add this one, and I think it should be okay. Yes, you see, inside this class I just created from the code snippet. Actually, inside this class there is nothing important. Very simple class which is just generating me what is it, the connection string, and then it gives and return the SQL connection. So let's generate, it is extract the interface. Wait a minute, sorry. Extract the interface. Okay, add it to the, I have added my interface to. Okay, now I have the connection is ready. So let's add my DB context. Data access. I'm going to write my DB context as a data access. Data access. Okay, make it public. Then take the inheritance from the DB context. Okay, add the entity framework core namespaces. Generate data access, and we need to override one function which call it is on configuring. Just remove this one. Private private read-only IDB connection and say it DB connection. Create it. DB connection. IDB connection. So I'm saying that my database name DB. This one is my database. Let's check the database also. So you will see that it's exactly I'm connecting to that database. I don't know why, but the latest version of the SQL Server Management Studio is a little bit slow. It's very slowly opening. But my my notebook is not so slow, but anyway, the opening is very slow, so we need to wait it. So I'm just writing my password inside it. Now you can check it. Let's see. It should give me the list of databases which is attached to the server. And I'm going to connect. Wait a minute. Wow, it's really taking a long time. Yeah, DB. Now I'm connecting directly to this database. And inside from that database, I'm going to read all the data inside this table. Okay, and this one is TBL-MJ Arab. Arab stands for the account receivable and account payable. That's why I called it Arab. Okay, no problem. Let's continue. Server name. Let me check what is my IP address. Config. My IP address is 43.4. So I'm writing 192.168.43.4. This one is my IP address. And the password is, for the simplicity, I'm just keeping very simple. On the production server, definitely don't use this kind of passwords. Why? Because it's very vulnerable. But anyway, SA password, I'm going to use the SA, the system admin password. Actually, that's all. Now it is ready. So you see, I have the DB connection, and inside this one, I'm going, option builder, use SQL Server, and get the connection. Actually, my DB context is ready. Now it is just I need to add my entities. So let me define the entity. Let me create the model here, and I'm going to name it as a models. As you see, the models, and create a new class TBL-MJ. As I said, I'm going to create what? I'm going to create the entities with the same name as a table inside the database. And that one is TBL-MJ Arab, and that it is ready. So let me create this one. Arab ID is my primary key. Okay. String Arab code. Okay. Pro string Arab name. This three field is definitely enough. So in order to say that, on entity framework, we need to write the key keyword here to make the Arab ID that it is our primary key. So this one is our primary key, and it is an identity incremental primary key. Okay, actually, I think in the, so public, make it virtual, DB set, this one, and never forget to give the same name as the table itself, this one, and make it a property getter and setters, and just add inside the SQL Server model. That is ready. Connection system data client. Connection I think it's already enough to make it. Why? Because I am creating the data access. It gives all the password for the SQL Server, and then it is using the SQL Server, and my DB set its entity. My entity is also ready. So I think that we can go to the main view model. Okay. We can use the reactive commands in order to load the data, but for the simplicity, I'm just private void load data for the same simple things. Okay, so I'm going to say that var Arab list. Oh, I didn't create my private data access. Let's add the namespace. Let's make it data. Our data access service. So put it to here, create the new. You can make it very different ways for connecting the database. So I'm going to say that data is ready. So I am data tbl mj arab, and let's make it to list. Okay, we need to add the link inside it. So var b, just for showing that it is working, Arab list, and put here the the breakpoint, and now let's compile it. Let's see. I think it will not hit our breakpoint. Why? Because in the main page, wait a minute. No, it will hit. Why? Because I have created my main view model. So on the creation, oh, I didn't add this one. It won't hit. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let it compile. The second thing which I will add to that. I think it is ready. Deploying to the phone. Yes. But I couldn't understand why it doesn't show. Is there any problem with it? It tries to connect but couldn't connect. I don't know why. It should connect. Okay. Now, it is working. No problem. So, let's call our function on the constructor and let's see how many data came to here. You see, inside the table, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 rows. So it should also show us the 11 rows if everything goes right. Let's check it. Wow. What it says. Wait a minute. I have somewhere a problem. What's the problem? That connection, get connection string, get the connection string, system.sql client connect, Microsoft. I didn't use it as SQL connection, but in a data access, DB connection, and this one is DB connection. Wait a minute. Maybe because of I made it as a read-only, it gives me the error on configuring DB options, virtual TBL. Yes, definitely. It should connect. Let's check that. Is it? Oh, provider SNRI list data access. It doesn't give. It is showing a problem. And why it showed the problem? CNR connection. It said that connection provider gives the error. Connection provider gives the error. It shouldn't give the error. Everything Khasab, DB, everything it should be okay. To list. Maybe in the connection string there is a problem. DB43 SA server. Wait a minute. Server DB name Khasab DBS password user SA. My IP address is definitely correct. 43.4. 43.4. 43.4. It should connect. I don't know why it doesn't connect, but it should connect. It doesn't have anything in order to not to connect to the database. It is connecting. Okay, anyway, in this way we can connect to the database, but it gave an error. Okay, no problem.